2 turnovers in the last minute and 20 seconds. 5.5 to play. Near side, pass is complete. This is George Kittle, and Kittle just inside the 15.
He is so good after catching the football. His yards after catch, his elusiveness. Devin Bush, first-round pick for the Steelers there, in position, and there's Kittle's family.
Nice when you travel, got your own cheering section.
6 catches, 57 yards for George Kittle right now.
2nd and 1. Jeff Wilson. Not sure he got the first down.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a little bit shy.
So it'll be 3rd and 1. And Kyle Shanahan with something to think about if they don't convert here. Are you looking at a tie game, or are you looking to?
Well, I think you got to kick the field goal if you don't get it. But I'm surprised they didn't get on the ball quick and run a quarterback sneak. That's what they did the last time they were there. Oh, there it is.
And that's enough for a first down.
Last time they didn't mess around. They just got on the ball right away and did it. That time coming out of the huddle.
Clock continues to move. 4 minutes to play. San Francisco. All 3 of their timeouts remaining.
Remember how well they utilize Juszczyk in the passing game. The running game's been going so well.
This is Wilson. A lot of contact right around the 10-yard line, which is where he's brought down.
This is the area of the field they like to keep him in. Run game, run game, run game. He's lead blocking the whole time, and then all of a sudden you do a play fake. Juszczyk fakes that block, sneaks out into the flat. Something that could be set up by the way that they've had success running the football.
Well, they've had a lot of success with the hurry up at the line, and that's come to a halt here. Three minutes to play in regulation. Wilson and Juszczyk in the backfield. And a whistle. And a timeout. So the 49ers used the first.
Before the ball was snapped, timeout, San Francisco.
Of their 3
second
timeouts.
Charge of the second half. Timer, please reset the game clock to 2 minutes, 53 seconds.
Here's a reminder for you: next Sunday, an NFL on CBS doubleheader once again, a full day of games, including the Bills defending their home field against the New England Patriots. It's followed by the Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Key battle in the NFC North. All begins with our guys previewing the day's games on the NFL Today at noon Eastern Time here on CBS. So I beg your pardon, that is the second timeout taken by the San Francisco 49ers. So they have 1 remaining. Pittsburgh has 2. And looking at a 2nd and 7. Garoppolo spinning, throwing over the middle, complete. Penalty marker is down. George Kittle with the reception, close to the 5, and now let's check the flag.
Holding, offense, number 67. 10-yard penalty, second down.
That is the rookie Justin School.
It's your fault, Greg. We called out how clean of a game he'd been playing, and now a couple of holds and
there it is,
and the
right in the middle of this
blindside block.
So a little tougher now for the 49ers. Backed up to the 20-yard line. It is 2nd and 17. Garoppolo outside. Pass is complete to Richie James. Brought down at about the 14-yard line by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Clock continues to move as we come up on 2.5 to play in regulation.
Steelers maintain their aggressiveness. Rush 5. but played a zone behind it. Take a look at Fitzpatrick, who's only been with the Steelers for a few days. Had a big interception in the first half.
3rd and 11. Garoppolo under pressure, escapes, on the move, penalty marker is down, that's in the end zone, incomplete. And there is a flag down at the 3-yard line.
Hayward,
that is Cameron Hayward. And he is slow to get up.
Prior to the pass, holding defense in the 26. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That penalty is on Mark Barron. And that will give the 49ers a first down. Well, we have 2 minutes to play. They will look at Cameron Hayward, and we'll take a timeout. Back in Santa Clara, let's take a look at the penalty that was called on that last play.
Well, keep an eye on Mark Barron. That's who the hold is going to be on. He's covering George Kittle as he's running down the middle. Watch on the cut. He wraps him around with both arms right in front of the official. You'll see the flag come flying in right over the top of him. Easy call for the official.
First down, 1st and goal just inside the 10. This is Jeff Wilson straight ahead to the 5.
And Greg, just to jump in real quick, goes back to our conversation on Friday with Richard Sherman. He said penalties are favored towards the offense. He said you can have a 5-yard defensive penalty that all of a sudden gives the offense a first down. And even though it works in the 49ers' favor, that was exactly the type of play Richard Sherman was talking about, because all of a sudden it's long down in distance because of the penalty, but now a 5-yard penalty gives them 1st and goal. See if the 49ers can take advantage of it.
By the way, Cameron Hayward was able to walk off the field under his own power. 2nd and goal. Garoppolo throwing at the goal line, touchdown! Dante Pettis.
Give Pettis credit for coming back to the football. As soon as Garoppolo released this, I thought Steven Nelson was going to step in front of it and get the interception. Nelson was on the outside. He fell off of his receiver and started collapsing to the inside to where Pettis was. But Pettis, because of the way he comes back and attacks the football, comes up with the ball. He cuts right in front of Nelson. The two defenders run into each other. Touchdown 49ers.
Extra point attempt is on its way, and it is good. Huge extra point, which gives the 49ers a 4-point lead with 1:15 to play in regulation.
Winning the turnover battle. But that was a big defensive play by San Francisco and good field position with 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Kendrick Bourne hit hard, but he hangs on at the 41. Buda Baker made sure he didn't get any further. And 2 minutes remain. 2 minutes in the NFC West. 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. The Rams play later. Seattle has a bye. And San Francisco trying to bounce back from their first loss of the season. Quick pass. Moving upfield is Samuel. And knocked out, but has a first down. During that 2-minute warning, Chase McLaughlin came out to kind of get a feel on the field. Remember, he's in for Robbie Gould, who's hurt. And he made 3 kicks Monday night, but missed in overtime. And he may be on the line again in this game as Garoppolo gets inside the 40. You see the range we set up for what is a possible field goal for San Francisco and McLaughlin. 2 timeouts. Garoppolo's throw held on to by Marquise Goodwin.
And a couple of things that we had to share with Kyle Shanahan during that conversation was, when do you start to think about that field goal? Where are you trying to get to? He goes, I'm getting as close as I possibly can with my offense.
Dropped by Goodwin.
So expect this drive to be pushed as far as it possibly can. And then we talked to him about Chase McLaughlin and what he thought about him with the next opportunity. He said, listen, I don't study kickers. I don't know anything about, what you're looking for from a scouting standpoint at a kicker. What I do know is I love the sound of the foot when it comes off his foot. It's unique. And the one thing I do look at with my kickers is what's their mentality. And he said that Chase McLaughlin came out one day and had a horrible day out on the practice field, bounced back the next day like it never fazed him. He said he wouldn't know about him until his next big kick.
Garoppolo, catch made. Samuel again at the 28. Clock running. 2 timeouts, and they're going to use one. 49ers will have 1 remaining. Well, on Monday night against the Seahawks, he made from 43 and 39 and 47, but in overtime from 47 to win the game. A tough miss. And then there were other opportunities that the 49ers did not capitalize on. Russell Wilson, a big run. Seahawks get the win and keep the heat on for the division. And really the top seed in the NFC. Green Bay also on a bye week, just like the Seahawks. Kyle Shanahan saying, I play psychologist with the kickers. I want to know what his confidence is. He's done okay today for this 49er team. 1 timeout, 54 seconds, 49ers down 3. Garoppolo to throw, and the catch is made, but the clock will run. That's Ross Dwelly. Right now, the field goal is going to, if they spike it or want to preserve, see what they're going to do here. You got it right at the marker on 4th down. All right, so they're reviewing the play. Called completed on the field. I don't see anything that would change from that view. Is it maybe about the spot for Ross Dwelly?
Well, on the highlight, you saw that Ross Dwelly had gotten beyond the yellow marker. That's not official, but he was beyond the yellow marker when he caught it. But obviously working back to secure the catch. Good defensive play. I mean, immediately tackled by Jalen Thompson.
Thompson had the interception a moment ago on the deflection. Or that line is superimposed as a guideline. And that's close. Mike Pereira's watching how the officials rule this.
Yeah, we're watching the line feed here. You got to look. The key is forget the yellow line. Forget the yellow line. And you got to focus and you look at on top to see where the marker is in terms of the line to gain. And again, taking a look down here, first contact, boy, it is really close.
Now you're looking at the ball or the feet, Mike?
I'm looking at the ball in relationship to the contact by the defender. So he gets all the way up to the contact by the defender. It's a really close, I'll tell you, close play, really close play.
So how would you?
So I at this point, looking at it, I'd leave it alone, quite frankly.
Now, did they rule it a first because they have a first down?
They ruled it a first down.
Yeah,
so it's got to come back and be short. So he's got to make sure that he's all the way. I believe it was the 26.5-yard line.
Right, that's about where they
had to get to.
Well, right. The bigger picture is you're looking at with 1 timeout and 39 seconds at what would be a 44-yard field goal attempt for the 49ers to try and tie this game. But if it is the first down, then they will have another opportunity to get more yardage or take a shot at the end zone. It's a game of inches and fractions and visualization and video.
But it's one of the things that Kyle Shanahan shared with us. You know, listen, if I'm going to help my kicker out, I'm going to take it down as far as I can. I don't want to know where his range is. I don't want to know where he's comfortable. Let me get it as close as I possibly can with my offense.
Today, McLaughlin has made his extra points, and he made from 43 yards away in this game. The focus shaking off Monday night, I'm sure. At the end of Monday night.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field of a catch for a first down stands. The clock will start on the whistles. Clock will start on the whistles.
Nice job, Mike Pereira.
Thank you, Mike. It was that close, and 49ers a chance to improve their position for their kicker and maybe do more. Jeff Wilson has come in at running back. Garoppolo's throw is caught by Jeff Wilson. He's going to score a touchdown for the 49ers. And that's how it goes.
Well, you brought the blitz, so to counter that, you're going to drop your outside rusher in coverage. And the San Francisco 49ers, I don't know if they anticipated the blitz, but boy, did they get a great matchup with a running back against an edge rusher in man-to-man coverage.
31 seconds remain, and the extra point is good. A career day for Jimmy Garoppolo.
You're going to put Chandler Jones in a real tough spot. He talked to us about his coverage abilities and felt good about him, but in that situation, you're going out laterally. You've got a running back coming out of the backfield. That's something unique for an outside linebacker, big edge rusher to do. There's Buda Baker coming up the middle, so it's a zone blitz. You bring the pressure, drop somebody off. The 49ers found a great matchup.
Jeff Wilson has 4 touchdowns this season. Before that, he had no catches. Now he's got a touchdown catch. Overcoming a couple of interceptions. Garoppolo 420+ yards, 4 touchdown passes. High water marks for the 28-year-old quarterback.
His long field goal this year is 47. That's it, which means they'd have to get down to about the New Orleans 30-yard line.
He's just back his second game from a quad injury.
Here's Garoppolo over the middle. He's got his tight end Kittle, and he's going to pick up 8 on first down, and should be a timeout by the 49ers, I would think. And it is.
You got to guard the 35 on your own end aggressively and make it at least a 52-yard attempt.
Second down. Garoppolo dumps it over the middle, incomplete. And so a 3rd and 2 with 42 seconds left.
Number 1 cover guard Marshawn Lattimore draped himself on Emmanuel Sanders, and I don't mean to have that sound like a penalty. That was just excellent coverage. Yeah, getting inside the attempted pick route there. Good job by Lattimore recognizing and putting himself in position to make a play on the ball.
They are realistically 30 yards away for a field goal try. 3rd and 2, blitz coming. Garoppolo sees, fires incomplete. Trying to get it to Kittle, but Marshawn Lattimore on him, and it's a 4th down. Actually, I think that was Gardner Johnston. 22, not 32. 4th and 2, game on the line. Play clock at 3. Garoppolo, and this play will not count. think San Francisco used a timeout there. They didn't want to get the delay.
Second.
What was interesting was watching him try to get lined up, and it turned out that the rookie Deebo Samuel knew the proper alignment and had to get Kendrick Bourne into it. And that took the additional time and led to the timeout.
Well, you don't want to use a timeout, but if you don't, the game's over. So you had to there. And we'll do it again. 4th and 2. Garoppolo fires. It is caught. Still on his feet is Kittle with a big play and the stiff arm. George Kittle. Flags fly. He's down to the 30. What a run by George Kittle. Taking on everybody, but the penalty is huge. There are multiple flags. It would be a 39-yarder on 4th and 2.
Thinking face mask here. And there it is, Marcus Williams grabbing Kittle's mask, and he refuses to go down despite that. And look at how he's protecting the football.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 43. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the run, half the distance to the goal. Correction, automatic, first down.
Look at the fight between the two of them. The mask is held the entire way by Marcus Williams, and Kittle refuses to go down and still finds a way to take care of the football. Remember, I was talking before, Kevin, on the previous drive, tackling in the secondary is huge. Being able to put them down on the spot. They didn't do that with Kittle. It turns into now a spot where San Francisco is well positioned to kick the game-winning field goal.
George Kittle, 39 yards on 4th and 2, and the 49ers are in field goal range. They can milk the clock down to the final seconds and send Robbie Gould on and try and win it. Mostert will get it. Raheem Mostert. And now we'll get a timeout on the field. New Orleans calls it, so they'll make San Francisco at least run one more play. You have to go back and look at this play by Kittle, and Garoppolo putting the throw right there too.
But watch where it starts. You have to be able to get a guy down in the open field, and what is George Kittle known for? Yards after catch. And when that tackle is not made by C.J. Gardner-Johnson in open field, Marcus Williams tries to get it done, adds the face mask to it, but look at all the additional yardage Kittle gets after the initial contact by Williams. Even with the face mask, he's eating up ground and yardage and put San Francisco in a position to have a chance to win this one.
And that was an all-pro play.
Did you see his signature? No fear at the end of it.
So now the 49ers will just take a knee and run it down to the final seconds. They'll call a timeout and send out their veteran kicker Robbie Gould to try and win it. An absolute thriller today in New Orleans. And it comes down to Gould in his 15th year. This will be, depending on the spot, a 30-yard field goal. John Lynch, the general manager, has done some job turning this organization around along with Kyle Shanahan. And now this would be the signature win of the year for this team.
And if it goes through the posts, it becomes, as you've noted, the signature drive for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Kyle Nelson to snap it. Mitch Wishnowsky to hold it. Robbie Gould to win it. Snap is high. The kick is up, and it is good! What a win for the 49ers!
.54 to go in this one from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The Rams 28, the 49ers 24. Jimmy Garoppolo got hot there in the late great second half, and this third quarter and so far here, the whole offense has not done much against this Rams defense. 4 sacks in the last 3 possessions. Here he's got a lot of time. He's got an open receiver. It's George Kittle. Kittle is open, breaks a tackle across the 40. And giving this 49ers offense a little juice, and the crowd comes to life.
Here comes Kittle. Cuts inside to get away from the defenders. That's a nice, subtle move. Normally you run your route straight upfield from your spot. He took a little slide step back to the inside and ran inside one of his teammates to get away from the defender.
Sean McVay told us, thing about Kittle, he gives the team as a whole energy, and it's really powerful. They feed off of him. A 36-yard gain there. This time it's Tevin Coleman to try and run it. Has a hole. Coleman, good burst. First down, San Francisco. As Coleman picks up 12.
And on the last 2 plays, Aaron Donald was not on the field for the Los Angeles Rams. 2 big plays, and Aaron Donald trots back onto the gridiron.
Coleman at 12 yards rushing in the game, and then picks up 12 on that run.
And I'll bet he didn't have to he didn't have to wait for a coach to sub him in. I think he saw those 2 plays and said, here I come.
First down. It's only a 3-man rush. Garoppolo going deep. And he's got the completion to Dwelly. And a flag, too, on the high hit. Ross Dwelly getting the crowd involved in a big hookup as Weddle made the hit and likely the penalty. It's a gain of 27 with the flag to come.
In order to get downfield, get the ball downfield, you better block number 99. And there's Joe Staley getting it done. He's a Pro Bowl alternate this year, apparently a Pro Bowler. But look at Dwelly.
Carries half the distance to the goal line. First down, San Francisco.
And he absorbs the high hit from Eric Weddle. And that's a shoulder into the head and neck area is one reason that they're going to call this. See, his head ended up going into the head of Dwelly is the way I see it. The shoulder was trying to go shoulder there, but he ended up higher, and I think the head made contact as well, thus the flag.
So a couple of big plays to the tight end has the 49ers in business. First and goal. Garoppolo going far side where it is caught and quickly slung out of bounds is Samuel. It's a nice play by Darius Williams. Second and goal.
Kendrick Bourne is coming into the game, and when we did the New Orleans game, this was prime territory for him for his 2 touchdown catches.
Yeah, Bourne's got a career high 5 touchdowns this year. And Jimmy Garoppolo was saying how comfortable he is in the red zone with Bourne. He's going to line up in the slot on this play. And a second and goal. Garoppolo, pressure on the run, firing corner, incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, but Garoppolo had to get rid of it with the pressure.
Well, a lot of teams at a certain point, you say you can't let their best players beat you. So how do they cover George Kittle downfield? Corey Littleton short, getting physical, and Eric Weddle eyeing him over the top from the safety position. If you're the Rams, you have to do the exact same thing here. Make someone else beat you if indeed they're going to. Don't let their best player on offense do it. That's Kittle here in the slot.
On third and goal. Pressure. Garoppolo. Looking. Firing. And it's caught. Touchdown. George Kittle.
This happens for 2 reasons. Kittle's determination to break the double team and Garoppolo extending the play. And how about Kittle coming back and showing his quarterback that he's available and open? He was doubled on the play, split the double, and because Garoppolo kept the play alive, allowed Kittle to find an open space and show him the 8 and a 5 and said, put it on me, and he does in the end zone. Touchdown 49ers.
Yeah, you see, caught it well into the end zone and then came out afterwards, and there you go. Kittle delivering. How about that drive from Garoppolo and the 49ers? 6 plays, 91 yards in under 3 minutes. And Gould the extra point, and San Francisco back on top. Kittle got him started. Remember that energy. The big 36-yard catch got him out of a hole. This was that play. Broke a tackle, got the crowd going. And it was really all the tight ends. Kittle and then Dwelly with a big one, absorbing the penalty. And then on third down, Garoppolo on the move, finding Kittle again. 49ers lead again. 2:30 to go in the game. We're tied at 31. Garoppolo onto the field. The 49ers still control their own destiny for the #1 overall seed. Of course, they have to win tonight and then win at Seattle next week. The Rams can still make the playoffs with 2 wins the final 2 games. They need the Vikings to lose the final 2, but it would start tonight if they can get a win. That's all on the line right here, right now, with 2:30 to go. Mostert in the game at running back. 4-man rush. Garoppolo can't find anyone, and now he is sacked again for the 5th time tonight. Donald and Fowler combine on it.
And the Rams choked off the middle of the field. Nowhere to throw the football. Donald, relentless, splits a double team, and he arrives there at the same time as his teammate, Dante Fowler. A lot of emotion on the Rams bench right now, and understandably so. This pass rush is high-powered tonight.
It brings us down to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 16 after the Rams sack before the 2-minute break. Garoppolo to Mostert, and he can't corral it, and it's incomplete. Is it backwards? No. Clay Matthews was there to get a piece of the ball. That's why. A 3rd and forever now for San Francisco.
He's been involved a lot tonight. And I'm talking about Clay Matthews, number 52 for the Rams. Rushing the passer, making plays in the running game. He has been his usual active self. Remember, he broke his jaw against Seattle earlier this year, missed about a month of time, and he did get just enough of it to alter its path and knock it away from Raheem Mostert.
Okay.
Garoppolo fires. It is caught for the first down. 3rd and 16, and a dart to Kendrick Bourne moves the chains. You believe that?
And I was watching Eric Weddle, the safety. Look at the eyes of Garoppolo as he delivers this one. If there's one place he wants to go with the ball in key situations, it's down the middle of the field. And the Rams know this in their scouting report. And Eric Weddle got there about a half step too late, and I watched his reaction at the end, and you can see him thinking, that's the one place I knew he wanted to go with the ball.
Wow, big conversion. Mostert now on the run, maybe a yard. Now with 1:09 to go, you wonder the use of timeouts. Looks like the 49ers are going to call one here, and they do. Kyle Shanahan told us he calls Jimmy Garoppolo a jugs machine for throws like that, right?
How quickly he gets the ball, good ball in his hands and out of his hands to a receiver. Just spits it out quickly and also accurately.
And so each team with 2 timeouts left, a minute 4 to go in regulation. Well, obviously it's been a heck of a day for football here today on NFL Network. Each game coming down to the wire. Tomorrow, here's what we got. Ravens and Browns. Lamar Jackson looking to stay hot. Cowboys, Eagles, essentially for the division. Chiefs, Bears on Sunday night. And then Packers, Vikings. I mean, talk about great games all around the board. On 2nd down, Garoppolo. Pressure coming, and now he goes again. Samson Ebukam comes through with the 6th sack of the day for the Rams, and now do they consider calling a timeout with another 3rd and long?
And he just can't take this sack. He has to get rid of the football somewhere, even to just get rid of it and not take this. He had a check down to the outside, but once he felt the pressure, he pulls the ball down to make sure he doesn't fumble it. He had a bit of a fumbling issue earlier this year that he's corrected in recent weeks, but that ball's got to get out of his hands so he doesn't take that sack in that situation.
So after converting a 3rd and 16, they're now back in a 3rd and 16. The Rams called their second timeout. So they're hoping for a stop here where they could stop the clock and have a chance to win the game. Does Jimmy Garoppolo have another 17-yarder in his bag of tricks? We'll see.
Ryan?
Rams show blitz. They come with it. Garoppolo firing deep. He's got a man wide open. Sanders has it inside the 25. A bomb to Emmanuel Sanders, 46 yards, and 2 conversions on 3rd and 16. Are you kidding me?
So watch the top. Jalen Ramsey 20, Taylor Rapp 24, and Taylor Rapp is so far over on the coverage, he has no chance to affect the play. He's covering grass, as we like to say, on the defensive side, not anyone who's wearing a jersey opposite your color. And Jalen Ramsey thinks he's got that help inside from his safety, but his safety is covering the outer third of the field, and Jalen Ramsey is discussing that with Taylor Rapp post-play, and now the 49ers are set up for an opportunity for a potential game-winning field goal at worst.
That is truly incredible.
That is an absolute bust in coverage. There's no other way to put it. Taylor Rapp gets so far outside on the coverage, you don't have that coverage in your playbook. And so he was way out on the side of the field. He doesn't make that many mistakes. He made a doozy there.
2 3rd and 16 conversions and a potential game-winning drive. And now it's to the edge. It's Coleman, and Coleman's going to stay in bounds inside the 15-yard line. They'll wind the clock. The Rams use their final timeout. So the 49ers can just wind this down and call a timeout and send out Robbie Gould to try and win it if they like. And Kyle Shanahan going to call a timeout right here. They've got 1 left. It's really been amazing with this 49ers team. I mean, the emotional roller coasters they have had the last few games. In Baltimore, it was an unreal game. They lose on a field goal at the buzzer. Saints back and forth on a 4th and 2. This big play to Kittle essentially wins the game. Robbie Gould comes on at the buzzer, and they win it with a last-second field goal. Then, last 10 seconds last week, Julio Jones gets in by inches on 4th down, and the Falcons end up winning at the Horn. And now today, twice on 3rd and 16, they convert. Here, a 46-yard bomb to Emmanuel Sanders, and they've got a chance for another wild last-second win. Get to the middle of the field, take a knee. Sean McVay about to have a vein burst in his forehead. He's so angry with that blown coverage. These Rams have played a whale of a game tonight, but a big busted coverage at the absolute wrong time may cost them. And the 49ers, if they can convert this, still have destiny in their own hands as far as the #1 seed in the NFC.
Still trying to understand what exactly happened on that coverage for Taylor Rapp. Just not a coverage you ever see where the safety is that far out on the outer edge of the field. And this is a young man who I think is a terrific player and going to be an even better one. Just made a rookie bust in a crucial situation.
Robbie Gould is trying to win the game from 33 yards. Wisnowski, the punter, on the hold.